So the question of the day, do I need to do things to attract things? Or can I just use my thoughts and emotions to attract what I want? I used to always be confused about this one because people used to say that it's all about your thoughts, and then they said it was about your thoughts and emotions. And then they said that, well, you also have to move into action in order to attract things, that you cannot just sit on the couch and wait for things to come to you. However, there were things that I did attract to me where I just have one little passing thought combined with a good feeling about it, something that sounded like, ooh, that would be really nice. And then I would let it go. Everything was fast and vague. I almost didn't even know I was doing it. And then I'd forget about it. And just a little bit later, the manifestation would appear with no action toward it on my part. So I think there is such a state of contemplation that you can reach where, and some, these are smaller things perhaps, although I think bigger things can happen this way too. And actually, it's not like big things and small things happen to me this way when I was really connected. So from a personal experience so far, I think that it depends on how connected you are with what you want to manifest. If it feels totally impossible, in that case, you will need to first work on your thoughts and emotions. You need to think about it, you need to imagine it, you need to visualize it, you need to feel it, you need to literally create it in your head, in your imagination, with details, with words. And the details are not so that things are exactly like that are, that you're manifesting things exactly how you say it or how you detail it. But the details are meant to create a feeling for you so that you emotionally connect to it. So you feel the feelings, and these feelings you may also have to create. So if you just have an idea out of the blue that says, oh, I want to move to some place, and you don't have an emotional connection to that place, you may just have something like, my best friend moved there, or I don't know, something small like that. You will have to create the thoughts and the emotions, or you're going to have to go into action. So this step of imagining it, feeling it, thinking about it may take you a little while, because you may have become really disconnected from that feeling of, of having something. Sorry, I'm looking at my notes a little bit. So you'll have to recreate it in your mind first. And then you'll have to create the feelings of having it or achieving it. So if you also take action in a situation like this, where your dream seems very far away from you, the action will allow you to feel a little bit more observing of your dreams, deserving of your dreams, because you're doing something about it. So automatically your brain will say, well, yeah, I deserve it because I also did things. This is the cultural conditioning that we have. And, it's action is not bad. It's actually a good thing. It's kind of fun once you get reacquainted to it, to, in positive ways. It's actually kind of fun, but it will allow you to feel a little bit more deserving and sort of like, I'm working on it, so maybe it could happen, and then you can do. So, if you're far removed from your dreams, then I think all three of these are tools that you can use, and the more of them you use and the more often you use them, the faster your manifestation. So action also creates movement, and movement loosens up old energy. It can move you from victim of circumstances to a more empowered person. So that's why, when people work hard, they oftentimes after that think that they deserve it. Now, some people don't think that they deserve it even after they work hard, but that's because their thoughts and emotions are not looked at yet. So, but this working, this action, it creates this movement, and it can move you from victim of circumstances to someone that's empowered, because you're like, here, I'm doing things and things are working out slowly. Or you also feel more involved. You feel a higher sense of belonging and of purpose, and also a higher sense of, like I said, empowerment. Like, I am able to do something about it. So, but action in this instance can also feel a little bit like a drag, because you're not connected to your dream quite yet in terms of emotions and thoughts. And there may be a lot of resistance to this action because you don't yet believe that you are able to achieve your dream, that you deserve it. You may be unsure of your steps. There may be a lot of unknowns, a lot of uncertainty, and thinking you have to put all this energy in, and then you may fail. That's not a good thought, since you have no idea, that you can do this yet. And so that's where, again, you have to go to your thoughts and feelings to balance those out. So this is the hard way to manifest, through very hard work, consistent work. But it does work if you stick to it. And I would not really call this manifestation. I just call it, working towards achieving a goal, which is actually an amazing thing. And I think sometimes, because of this new age stuff, this whole step that's so proven to be successful is being, scoffed at or ignored, or we don't want it, because it's too hard, and we just want to skip this hard step and go to the easy things. But the other one is not easy either, because you're still going to have to work with your thoughts and your feelings. So either way, you have to work at it. So however, you can actually move all of this hard work up front and connect to your dream through your imagination and feelings first. So once you're connected to your dream, meaning you can think about it and imagine it and love it, and you feel like you deserve it, you feel like it will be awesome, you feel like it can happen for you, and you kind of in this contemplative state where you're just able to see yourself there, to imagine it with a smile on your face. You're not that concerned about how it's going to happen, because you're just so connected to it that you feel like you already have it, that that you're worthy of it. And in this case, you are still going to have to take actions, but all of the action in this instance would be inspired action, meaning you are so taken by this dream and by this goal that you have, that your brain doesn't just imagine the thoughts and the feelings, but it also starts imagining the actions that you may take, that you actually may like. They may not be very hard for you. And it starts imagining these actions that you can take. And then you will take these inspired actions instead of busy actions. These are inspired actions. So let's just say, as an example, you have this brilliant idea to call a friend. You're connected to your dream emotionally and with your thoughts, and you have this brilliant idea, just simple idea. Let's call a friend and say hi. See if they are doing anything. and they are the right person for what you need. And as you call them and you speak to them, you realize, and they tell you, hey, I actually can help you with this. And so you still took action. You called a friend. You know, sometimes you call a friend of a friend, and then you take the necessary steps. They tell you, hey, like, I can help you, and this is what you need to do further. And so that's inspired action, and that comes to you usually from being really connected to your dream emotionally and thinking about it all the time in terms of, wouldn't it be nice? Not in terms of like, oh my God, I'm not there yet. In terms of like, oh, that would be so nice. I would love it. Can't wait for this to happen. I wonder how it's going to be. So that kind of thinking. So this is, this way is a little bit more fun, you know, because you're not struggling so much to find the right actions. You know, you just kind of, your actions are a little bit, you know, and I mean, I gave a really easy way, but it does often happen that way, that you do call the right person, you do go to the right place, and then that starts you on actions that will directly lead you to your goal. You know, so it's not the end of it. It's not just a phone call. You're still going to have to follow the other steps, but it's already kind of laid out for you. So you don't have to find the right actions anymore. They kind of come to you. So, but I do appreciate, you know, even if this is more fun, because it feels more playful, you know, it feels like you're more connected. It feels like you are lucky a little bit. But I do appreciate action more and more, even the other kind, because it does anchor you in your power. It reminds you that you are powerful, and your manifestations feel more anchored, more solid, and you know, it feels like you had something to do with it, like, and that you can recreate it. So, you know, and then in order to lead and move others, you also have to ask to act yourself first. So anyways, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. And let me know if you need some extra help with your manifestations. You can listen to some of my videos, my other videos as well, or you can reach out to me for a private session. My email and website are in the description below, and you can book one free session right on my website. Your first one is free. And good luck with your manifestations, and comment on this video. Please share and comment and subscribe if you like the video. Thank you.